Today, you're going to focus on writer's craft as you work on your biography. Now, when I say writer's craft, you might not have a strong idea of what comes to mind when I say that, as opposed to if I said, "Oh, today you're going to work on your introduction," or "Today you're going to work on paragraph 3." That's a little bit easier to understand, but writer's craft is a little bit trickier. Basically, what writer's craft means is the tools you have in your toolbox as a writer, or what strategies are you using or deciding to use to make your writing your own. So here's the success criteria again for craft. You're going to teach readers different information about the subject using content-specific vocabulary. So vocabulary that's specific to your person or the job that they do is important to include in your writing. You're going to make some deliberate word choices, or in other words, you're making these choices of words on purpose to help develop your topic. You're using a teaching tone. That's what writing a biography and informational writing is all about. You're teaching the reader. And then you can also use different text features like diagrams, charts, bold words, or glossaries to help teach the reader the information too. So let's focus on this last piece of vocabulary or of success criteria as you work on your writing today. Let's take a look at an example of an informational book that uses a lot of text features. So here's a biography on Supreme Court Justice Sonia Sotomayor. And when we flip to the first little page here, we see a text feature right away. Here's a table of contents. A table of contents is so helpful because it tells readers exactly which page they can find which information. So you might want to look through your writing and also maybe include a table of contents to help direct the reader to the different parts of your biography. All right, on this page, we see some photographs and some captions that explain what's happening in each photograph. Photographs and captions are also text features you might want to include. Finally, we have a word box here, words to know. So in this page, they use the word Supreme Court and define it right there for the reader. They also use the word Hispanic, which is Sonia Sotomayor's ethnicity. And so they automatically go ahead and define that for the reader here. We also have a little call out here. That's another text feature in her own words that gives a specific quote from Sonia. And again, here's another word to know text box. On this page, you'll see a map that was included to help the reader understand where exactly she grew up. We have some more pictures and captions. You'll also see a fun fact down here below. Again, more photographs with captions. That's oftentimes a strong text feature that is included in biographies to support the reader's understanding. More captions and pictures, fun facts, quotes. You'll also notice that each section has a large heading here at the top to help the reader see that, ooh, this is a new section of information, but also it gives them a clue as to what this section of the text is all about. So this one's titled Studying Hard. I also see a picture of what looks to be a college classroom, so I know this is probably about her education. So you'll notice that every page really does contain a text feature. And here's a page that is all about Sonia's cool firsts. So it's a little bit of like a timeline almost. You'll see that each one has, or most of them have a date included with the fact. And here's a new text feature. This one's a more formal timeline where you've got a whole line on the bottom, a whole section, and then there is a date for each fact to kind of show you year by year what important things were happening for this person. So that could be something you might want to include in your biography. The timeline continues onto this next page, as you see. There's a fun quiz in the back. And finally, it ends with a glossary. So a glossary takes all of those important words that you saw bolded or highlighted throughout the text, and it adds it all back in the back so that you can consult it later on. So as you're considering which text features you want to include, you can also consult this chart that your teacher may have given you. If it doesn't look familiar or you're not sure where to find it, you can always pause the video here and refer back to it. But just repeats a lot of the things we already talked about in the biography example I showed you. Things like text boxes, glossaries, maps, headings, different illustrations with captions, and photographs. So once you've decided what text features you want to add today, you're going to jot that down here on slide 45. And then on slides 46 and 47, you have some space to create those text features for your biography. So if you want to add photos, you can go to Insert. It doesn't have it here because I am just view only. But on your own, you'll have the option to go to Insert up here on the menu bar and then click Image and search the web. And you can import any photos that you want to add into your biography. Once you add a photo, it's a great idea to jot down a caption for that photo and decide which section of your biography you want it to go in.